Rambam, continuing with the laws of Kiddush HaChodesh, sanctifying the new month, chapter 9. There's a difference of opinion amongst the sages of Israel concerning the length of a solar year. Some sages, it maintains 365 days and a quarter, 60 hours. Others maintain it's slightly less than that figure. There are also different opinion amongst the wise men of Greece and Persia concerning this matter. According to this opinion, the solar year is exactly 365 and a quarter. There will be a remainder of an hour and 485 units after every 19-year cycle, as we mentioned. Just a reminder that there's a 19-year cycle of the moon that now comes back to the sun. They're equal, right? Everything is equalized between them. A 19-year cycle. It's actually off 1 hour in some parts, after, right? After 19-year cycle. That's all.
Where are we now?
In the 19-year cycle? I'm not certain.
Okay.
And Rambam gives us all the configurations, if we can figure it out ourselves, but I don't know. Exactly. According to the opinion, the solar year is exactly 365, right? So we say remainder of 1 hour. Oh, okay. Here it is. I spoke too quickly. He repeats it again. According to the opinion, solar year is exactly 365 and a quarter. There will be a remainder of 1 hour, 485 units, after, which is approximately just under half an hour. Like 485 is probably like 27 minutes or something like that. Okay, so 1 hour, 27 minutes approximately after the 19-year cycle, as we mentioned. Between the start of each of the successive sessions of the year, there will be 91 days and 7.5 hours. When you know the date of the hour at the beginning of one season, you can calculate the beginning of the following season by adding the above amount, right? So each season, dividing it into 4 seasons, right, will be 91 days, right? 91 days, 91 times 4 is 364, right? Plus 7.5 hours, right? That will give you the seasons, right?
This is joining the sun and the moon.
Yeah.
Solar and the lunar calendar.
That's the 19-year cycles for that, exactly.
Or just lunar.
Huh?
It was just lunar before, but they needed
I don't know if it's just lunar, but
We needed solar to keep the seasons so that Shavuos are Shavuos and Passovers are Passover.
Right, exactly. Oops. Okay. Share. Okay, yeah, exactly. Okay, when you know the date, so you have at the beginning of the season, you can calculate, right? Some of you can calculate the beginning of the following season and continue forever. So you'll know exactly when the season begins, right? Now, that's important because then you need to know when spring starts. So you know the Pesach will always be in the spring. In the spring. The Aviv, right? The Aviv and which means harvest, right? Also harvest. No, it's not harvest. Harvest is later. Not harvest. Not a harvest.
Forgot about the spring part.
Right. You don't harvest in the spring.
No, we don't.
Right. Number 3, the equinox of Nisan, spring, takes place at the hour and the unit when the sun enters the beginning of the constellation of Aries. The solstice of the summer of Tammuz, summer, takes place when the sun is located at the beginning of the constellation of Cancer. The equinox of Tishrei, autumn, takes place in the hour, the unit the sun enters the beginning of the constellation of Libra. Yeah, the solstice of Tevis, winter, takes place when the sun is located in the beginning of the constellation of Capricorn. Okay, all of these, by the way, are connected with the tribe that it is referring to, but we're not going to go into that now. Okay, the 12 tribes, 12 constellations, 12 months. Look at that. God does run the world. According to this calculation, the first year of the creation of the vernal spring equinox took place in 7 days, 9 hours, 642 before the conjunction of the month of Nisan in number 79642. Okay, the method of calculating the beginning of the seasons is explained as follows. First, it's necessary to calculate the number of 19-year cycles that have passed between the 19-year cycle in question. Afterwards, add 1 hour and 485, right? After every 19-year cycle, because there's 1 hour to be added. So 1 hour obviously makes no difference, but after
Year.
what? No, but 10 years. 10 years is not even one cycle. One cycle is only not 1 hour and a half, let's say, right?
Yeah.
So you imagine that's 19 years. So you would 10 cycles is only 190 years. So with only 10 hours, it wouldn't make a difference of a day yet. What will make a difference of a day will be 500 years. Will make a difference of a day, right? And then that needs to be calculated for. Got it? Afterwards, a group of the units into hours and the hours into days. Once a total has been reached, subtract 7 days, 9 hours, and 642 from it. Add the remainder of the time of the conjunction of Nisan in the first year of the 19th cycle in question. You'll be able to know the hour and the date of the vernal equinox of the first year of the cycle. From this date, you can calculate the beginnings and the subsequent seasons by adding 91 days, 7.5 hours for every season. You'll know exactly when the equinox is for every season, right?
Equinox, okay, yeah.
There's a vernal equinox, and there's a winter, there's a spring, some right.
Solstice, equinox and equinox.
Yeah.
June 21st is the equinox.
We're talking about Jewish dates here. We're not talking about.
Okay.
What, like, what, what are you talking about here?
Okay, I was close.
Right?
Okay. Absolutely.
I mean, the Rambam is taking us behind the scenes so we can understand. We are, right, we know how to do it on our own. We have a calendar today, right? So it's all done for us. But he's now teaching us how this calendar is made. That's all. Okay? A little complicated, but okay. If you decide to know when the date of vernal equinox in particular year, given a 19th year cycle of all the produce, you add 1 hour AM 18 and 485, as we said, for every 19 years. And for each complete year that's passed within the 19th cycle on discussion, add 10 days, 21 hours, and 204 units. The difference between the lunar, okay, and the solar, right? Right, that's the difference between the lunar and the solar year, right? It's 10 days, 21 hours, and 204 units. 204 units is about 12 minutes. Okay. Right? 18 units for a minute. And then the group of the entire sum into days and hours. After subtract 7 days, 9 hours, because that was the beginning point. Units from the sum. And divide the remainder into lunar months, 29 days, 12 hours, 793 units. The number of days, hours, and units that remain after all the complete lunar months and have been calculated should be added to the date in the conjunction of the Nisan of that year. In this manner, you'll be able to determine the date and the time of the vernal equinox of the year desired. So according to this calculation, vernal equinox will take place either at nightfall or at midnight, at daybreak or at noon. The summer solstice will always take place at 7:30 p.m., 1:30 a.m., 7:30 a.m., because you're adding, or 1:30 p.m. Why? Because you're adding, what was it, 91 days, 1.5 hours, right? So it's pretty precise. What was it? 91? At 7.5 hours, sorry. Right. I don't get that. So from 1:30 a.m., if you're adding one day and 7.5 hours, it should be 8 p.m. I don't get it. The autumn equinox will always take place either at 9 or 3 o'clock, either the day or night. The winter solstice will always take place at 10:30, 4:30, 10:30 a.m., and 4:30 p.m. All right. Not so clear on if you decide to know when the week and the hour the equinox of the following period should be used. Count the number of complete years that have passed in the year from the year of creation until the desired year, and then divide the groups into 28. Each one day and add 1 day 6 hours for each remaining year. Total sum of the hours and the days, and then add 3 days. So after divide the days and the groups into 7, the remainder of the days and the hours should be added to the time of nightfall of the first day of the week. The result will be the day and the time in which the vernal equinox will occur. Why is it necessary to add 3 days? Because the first equinox of the year of creation took place beginning of the fourth day. You have to take that in mind. Okay, I have to stop here. But we got a little taste of things that are beyond us.